thinking that I was just gonna sit back and take your crap one more time, man. What do you think you are? You ain't nothing special to me, man. You're a piece of flesh. When I step into the ring, I look at that man across the ring from me. I say, well, now, that's my dinner. That's my meal. That's my meal ticket, you see. But what I've been living on just don't fill me up, Hulk Hogan. So I gotta have a little bit more. I gotta...
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to your April 2024 update for DCRP. You guys could probably tell I am running really rough, but it's because we have a lot of vehicles spawned in it. So we're gonna go around and we're gonna take a look at all of these, but I'm missing somebody, the other owner and one of the other devs here in DCRP, Miss Hannah. Where? Hannah! Ah, there she is. Huh. I summoned her, apparently. Let's take a walk, shall we, Hannah? And go around some of the nice, brand new cars here at DCRP. Sound like a plan?
Yep.
Alright. What way do you want to go?
I would say go the right side first.
That's at first side. I like that idea. Alright. So, first, of course, we have the Shelby Mustang. Very fancy car, and you guys would have seen this if you followed the Twitch or even Hannah's Twitch. Of course, the link's in the description there, because Hannah was actually working on this a little bit ago.
Yep.
There we go. I'm gonna voice activate myself. That is working, correct?
Yeah, it's working.
All right, perfect. So next we have the off-road Mustang, which this thing is pretty neat. Uh-oh. Did you voice activate yourself too?
Yep.
Yeah. Makes it easier for recording purposes.
Yep.
All right, and then next we have two more Mustangs. We have a ton of Mustangs, so if you guys are not Mustang fans, then that's going to be an issue because we have a lot of Mustangs. So, just a few more Mustangs here. Then we have a pair of 97 Ford F-150s. One with the flatbed and one without. Of course, the camo can come off. It's something that will be taken off more than likely down the road. But we kept it in just simply because it's kind of neat. Now we have some of our older stuff. A Chevy C10 and a SS Nova, which are going to be, give me a second, the 67 and a 65 right there. So pretty neat. Again, we have more Mustangs. Hannah's probably over there going, didn't we just see two Mustangs? Yes, we have two more. So these are pretty neat. Now we have kind of an off-road kit Toyota Tacoma. We actually have a standard production Toyota Tacoma that was not spawned just simply because that model is kind of lackluster. So it's something that's not going to be put in, more than likely. Unless people want to run the Toyota Tacoma, the factory, then let us know in the comments down below. Or if you guys join the Discord, let us know in the Discord. Next is going to be a BMW Performance Edition. Sadly, the hood on this is kind of meh, or underneath the hood, I should say, is pretty meh. Also, you guys will notice that for a few of these vehicles, the wing mirrors are actually folded in. This one and a Toyota Supra that we have down the line have their mirrors folded in. That is an animated deal for these vehicles. So the wing mirrors will fold in and out if you hit buttons. So that's pretty neat. Now is, oh, okay. That hood does not like to stay up, apparently, if you get too close to it. We have a Holden GTS, with a fairly nice engine bay and interior. Okay. Next, we have another BMW. I can't remember exactly what all of these are off the top of my head. I will try to name them if I can. But, yeah. BMW AC. Now we have a BRZ, Subaru BRZ, with a fucking fantastic wrap on it. And the engine is really nicely done as well. So, this is super cool. I absolutely love this BRZ. So, you guys might be seeing Bella in this BRZ a ton. Next is I believe this is the Speedster. Aston Martin Speedster. So, really neat. Next is one of two Bugattis. This is the Bugatti Super something. It's a Bugatti. Next is going to be one of the mini Ferraris that we have. And some of these Ferraris are kind of weird when it comes to doing the extras on it. So we will try to save these with the actual American style plates, not the like more European style plates that these have on them. Next is a 21 Ram 1500 TRX, which of course we got in because I am a huge Ram fan. I love the TRXs, as well as the police department, the State Department, has a TRX as well. So, give you guys something to run in that also the State Department has as well. So, next is another Ferrari, and of course the Bugatti next to it. So, pretty simple and pretty similar to the Speedster this Ferrari is. So, pretty nice, of course. The detailed interior of the actual engine bays on a lot of these are super, super nice. For all of those that do not have the hood or the trunk open, it's just simply because they're not modeled, or the trunk doesn't open, or the hood doesn't open. Potato, potato. Next is Maserati? Is this what that is?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yep.
Yep, Maserati. Okay. So, a little bit of a Maserati action. Now we have a M4?
So no, it's a M5.
Oh, M5. Sorry. M5 BMW. Very pretty color. I don't know why I like that coloring so much, but I do. So that finally is the back row of all of that. And it only took us almost 4 minutes to get through that. So, very awesome. So, next we have a Enzo. I believe is what that one is. Or it's the F40. One of the two. I think this is actually the F40. I think the Enzo is down there. Volkswagen Golf. A Ferrari something. I actually don't recall what this one is. What is this? I have no idea.
You want me to start deleting these?
No, because I want to take them for a rip. With the other one that's in DC. So he can see what they're like. There's the Enzo. There's my baby. But yeah, two more Ferraris lined up next to each other. Very awesome. Engine bays, of course, looking glorious. But my Enzo's right here. This is going to be my baby. Land Rover Defender sat nice and pretty here in the black and gray. So this thing is sick. I love this a ton. And now we have the the Z07 and the Z06 variants of the C8s. The Z07 is the one that has the actual wing, and the Z06 is one without the wing. So kind of a odd difference, but it is the difference that classifies those differently. As we walk up, we are going to be greeted by another BRZ, which engine looking spiffy. So very, very glorious BRZ. Next, we have another Aston Martin, which is going to be really nice. And I believe this is a Lotus? Yes, Lotus. Next to a Dodge Durango. That interior for this is... That's really nice. I like to give Dodge Durangos a lot of shit. And it's simply because I don't like how they look in game. In person, I love Dodge Durangos. I like the older ones a little bit more than the newer ones, but... Anyway. Regardless. Mercedes AMG is next. Huh?
Tell me about it. You don't like my fire Durango.
Yeah, I may or may not have killed her fire Durango the other hour. So, yeah. Jeep Gladiator is next. This has very, very impressive modifications that you can do to this. This thing is freaking sick. Next, a 911 GTR. This thing is awesome. Sat next to another Porsche. This isn't a 911. This is a 973, I believe. Which, that is really neat. Then we have our Bugatti. Our $2 million+ car that we are bringing to the server. We will go over why we know some of the prices to some of our more expensive cars here in just a second once we get down and done with all of this. But there's a reason why we know some of the higher end vehicles and why we're going to be taking a really close look at pricings for vehicles. But again, wait until the end of the video to understand how we are going to keep people from getting into supercars and causing a ruckus, because it's going to be super neat. Next is the Nissan GTR, which I actually got working, thankfully. So, pretty good looking GTR. But, I hate saying it, you set a GTR next to a Lamborghini, it's going to make the GTR look like a child's toy. Because, god damn, does this look good. And then, of course, we have the Lamborghini next to probably one of the biggest competitors of Lamborghini, and it is the Ferrari. So, a Ferrari, we have a Urus, which I believe is somewhere, I don't know where the Lamborghini Urus is, but we have a Lamborghini Urus that I don't think got spawned. But then we got another pair. Well, we have two pairs, a quadruplet of BMW. I'm not going to go into the certain classifications of what ones these are. And then we move down to a lot more BMWs. To finally, a Lexus M500. So, pretty neat vehicles here. We have a ton of BMWs, just like our Ford Mustangs. Now we come to Hannah's favorite area, the off-road section, and her Kawasaki. That's just kind of hung out next to the off-road stuff, as it's something that she has spawned and I do not have saved, as that's basically going to just be her motorcycle that she drives, as I'm more of a sport bike that you guys will see later down this line, actually. But she's got one of the very few dirt bikes that we have: a quad, our Can-Am, a Jeep kind of hill climb vehicle, which is kind of neat, a RZR, and a general oh, who makes these? Polaris. There we go. Right off the side. Next, we have one of our nicer hull Peterbilts. The engine is kind of lackluster, but the actual body of it is really nice. Then we have it next to a Kenworth W900, which doesn't have an engine modeled, sadly. Or at least the hood doesn't come up, which kind of sucks. We have the Transformer, the Ford F-150 Super Duty. Or, sorry, F-250 Super Duty. But it's the Transformer. It's one that you guys have seen a ton in the live streams, as we love using it for Foxy Recovery. Sat next to one of the Foxy Recovery's Rams, the dually Ram. Then we have a lifted Chevy, which I'm not a big fan of lifted Chevys, but this one actually has some added goodies to the back, where that rack actually turns into a tent, so you can take this kind of camping if you want to, which I wouldn't suggest with something, I hate saying, this nice, but you do you. Next, we have a GMC little, what is this? Duramax 6.5 liter heavy duty. So, yeah. Next to that, we have our Sandcar deal. And then we have a 76 lifted Bronco. I believe it's the year of that. I could be wrong. And then, of course, a F-250 single. So, kind of a neat deal. And then you have my bikes. You have a H2R, a BMW that is going to be more for show. And then you have Augusta. Whoever makes Augusta, I can't remember off the top of my head. Then you have the Supra, which has the folded mirrors, as I mentioned earlier in the video. That is an animated deal, so don't worry about that. It's not broken, I promise. And then, last but not least, you have your Ferrari. Ferrari... Oh god, I can't remember what that is off the top of my head right now. Oh well. It's just an older Ferrari, a classic Ferrari. So, this is something that myself and Hannah had to go around about for a good while. And that is how to figure out who owns what in server. Especially when it comes to supercars like our Bugattis and our Pagani right over there that you guys can see. Because those are multi-million-dollar vehicles. And so, what's going on is, at the very beginning, vehicles are going to be held by myself and Hannah. So if you come in and you want to buy a vehicle, you are going to be buying it off of one of us as the dealership. And so what we're going to do is, when you guys come and try to buy a Bugatti or any hypercars, we are going to have a questionnaire that you are going to answer as your character about your salary and all of that. So if you are trying to buy a Pagani and you are a homeless character, you are not going to be able to financially afford to buy a Pagani or your Bugattis. So it's going to go on how much your character would realistically make, and we will look into what your characters would realistically make with the job that you give us. And if it's something that is super far-fetched, that you are the president or something like that, we are going to deny you regardless. Just simply because when it comes to the presidents and all that, you're basically looking at the two that run the whole damn thing. So,
Yep.
basically, we're going to ask that you make your jobs and all that realistic and something that you could physically RP out within the server. So if you are military or any of something like that, come speak to us, as we of course are running a military deal for videos. It's not something like PGN where it's going to be super active unless it's something that we actually need to activate military for, and that's going to be pretty far-fetched. So yeah, like I said at the very beginning, this is going to be kind of your last update for DCRP until we open our doors here soon.
And
Which
tell
is,
them about our FPS as well. For these cars being it.
yeah, so right now I'm running around 30 frames a second. Well, no, because I was looking down to try to see it. I'm running around 15 frames a second. But I want you guys to take into account that we have close to... How many cars do you think is here? Oh, okay, goodbye. We have probably close to 40 or even 50 different vehicles spawned in one single location, which is going to cause frame rate issues. You would say this is close to 40 or 50 custom vehicles, right?
Yep.
Easily.
Easily.
And then on top of that, we are sat out front of Foxy Recovery. So this is a huge, huge building that we sat, well, however many vehicles that we just walked by. And we're not losing textures. And we're running NVE. But yeah, I'm down probably around 20 frames a second, which honestly isn't bad. I have had servers that you drop down to 5 when you have 15 cars spawned. So
We have about roughly 40 cars spawned here.
well, that's...
Roughly.
Nah, that was just new shit. We added all of our old stuff too, which that's probably close to 20 vehicles on itself.
Yep.
So yeah, you guys, for those that want to go through and count this and all the vehicles, by all means, go ahead. Tell us down in the comments how many vehicles we have, but we're probably close to 50 or even 60 custom vehicles, not including LEO, fire, boats, or even tow. As those are specialty stuff that you will have to join a company to use, or join a career to use. So what we have spawned is stuff that you guys coming into DCRP can actually use just as your character, or if you're grabbing semis down in front of us, you can make a career out of it. And we actually have a semi truck that isn't spawned in that is blacklisted for Foxy Recovery, which is really neat as well. So yeah, with that being said, I know that I am super excited to where DCRP is at finally. And honestly, I know I made a video about Hannah, but Hannah's been doing a lot of stuff in the background of what you guys are seeing here, as I basically took over doing vehicles as Hannah could focus on scripts. So it's been really awesome. buildings as well. Hannah's been doing a lot of. So yeah, no, we are super
And
excited.
she's looking into more houses as well.
Yeah. So yeah, new housing and all that will be coming in hopefully probably after launch. But yeah, no. For all of you guys that are just seeing DCRP for the first time, we welcome all of you guys to come join DCRP. The link to the Discord is in the description, sorry. We are super excited to share to you guys our love of roleplay within this more realistic feel server that we call, of course, DCRP or Dreamcatcher's Roleplay, the story-driven roleplay experience that you guys have been looking for your whole 5M career. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot wait to see you guys here in DCRP. Any last words, Hannah?
Nope, that's everything.
All right. Well, with this, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be out of here. But I hope this isn't the last time we see you here on DCRP. For those that can join, you just have to be 16 years or older, have a legal copy of 5M, or not 5M, excuse me, GTA 5, of course 5M, and TeamSpeak. With that,
And Sinan card.
well, yeah, and Sonoran CAD, which that's free. So, well, basically everything is free besides, of course, GTA 5. So, super simple to get into. Or if you just want to be a fan, then join the Discord anyway, as you can be a fan there and interact with all of us guys here in DCRP. But, yeah, like I said, if you guys don't want to come join and you guys just want to sit back and watch the story unfold here on YouTube or even on Twitch, again, our links to our Twitch channels will be in the description, as we do a lot of our stuff over there. As well, myself and Hannah, we work here. That is our garage. Actually, take a walk with me, Hannah. We didn't show this off, but this is our company, Foxy, or Foxy Recovery, if you are calling for tow or a recovery unit. But this is our company. So when on Twitch, we come here and we do a lot of work on vehicles for clients or even our own recovery unit. So we sit here and we jam out to music right here in our garage. So really cool. But yeah, like I said, for all of you guys that are just watching here on YouTube, I do plan on trying to upload more. But if you guys can, come follow us on Twitch, because you guys are going to be seeing a lot more over there. Because like I said, we jam out to music while working on vehicles in the garage. So it's something that I can't normally upload onto YouTube without them getting upset with me. So, yeah. Either way, I hope that all of you guys that choose to just watch the content, I really hope that you guys enjoy what we have to bring for DCRP, because it is going to be a wild ride. Because as you saw, a lot of those vehicles are branded. So, of course, if you guys don't know with what's going on right now, 5M communities are being shut down by 5M because of branded vehicles, just like what we're running here in DCRP. And we don't.
EUPs.
Yeah, our EP is also branded, but we don't plan on changing that. So, for all of you guys that really do like what we are doing here in DC, please support the ever-loving hell out of the content. Share the content, share our Twitch accounts to your friends, your family, whatever. And consider becoming a part of the Patreon, which you can find in the Discord as well. There is huge benefits of becoming a Patreon member, especially for our active members, by way of getting one-of-one vehicles but into server, just like I have right here. Whoops. Mine is in here for some reason. but you can get one-of-one vehicles that only you can own within the server. Nobody else will have the spawn codes of your vehicle that you get via your Patreon. Also, you get a lot of behind the scenes kind of footage, or not footage, but you get to come hang out with myself and Hannah as we're doing deving and rocking out to music and being goofballs. So that's also something really cool. But yeah, rant out the way, guys. Again, I thank each and every one of you guys that have been supporting here on Twitch, just anywhere, even on Discord, because it is without you guys, we would not be here in DCRP. So again, thank you, every single one of you, for just everything. But that being said, Hannah, any last words?
No, hopefully we'll be able to see all of you here.
But with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get out of here because we got some cars to go drive around. We'll see you all hopefully here in DCRP. Or just whenever we see you next. Take care, y'all.